Hey everybody, okay, so I promised you a screencast of the Jurassic Park session that we did with the tempo mapping. So here we go, I'll start right from the top. So if we click on File, Movie, Open Movie, and grab your movie file, and then you get two options. So open the movie and extract the audio track. Yes, we want to do both of those things. And like I said in class, we always want to retain the sample rate of the video file rather than the sample rate of the session. So there we go, and then 23.9 FPS for the video. So there we are. Great, so that's our video imported. Easy job. Okay, so the next task we have to contend with is to set the time code to the session. All right, so the way that we do that is File, Logic Pro X, Preferences, Movie, okay, Movie Project Settings. This guy needs to be set to neutral, okay, which looks a bit like this, so 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, etc. Okay, if the beginning of the video file has a different number here at the beginning of the video file, okay, so right at the top of the video file, that number has to go in here, okay? But because this is a neutral time code here, this can stay the same. I hope that makes some kind of sense. All right, okay, so onto the synchronization tab, and then we want to put in the time code where the music cue begins. So that looks a little bit like this, 0100. 33, 16.0. Bosh. Okay, so once that is set, you will see that once I'm at bar 1, I have that time code, okay? So when I play it, I've got the beginning of that cue. Cool. All right then, so next step, we need to enter into our audio editor. So to do that, we can do Command 6, okay? Or we can go into Window, Open Audio File Editor. So to make sure that that works, we basically need to make sure that everything is enabled in our advanced tools. So in our preferences, okay guys, advanced there. All right, enable all, have everything ticked. Great. Oh, actually, I skipped a step, didn't I? So if I go into my global tracks area, I can control click on that area and access my tempo map. So basically our automation for our tempo and our beat mapping. So once we've opened up our beat mapping, we need to make sure that Protect MIDI is selected. That basically means that whenever we import MIDI into the session, which we will do later, that the tempo information assigned to that MIDI won't overwrite the tempo that we are about to create inside the session. So we want to retain the session tempo information. Okay, great. So we've got that far. Good stuff. Now I'm going to go into my audio editor, and what we want to do is we want to enter into transient editing mode, which is this guy here. All right, now what you'll notice is all of these transients are automatically detected, and we want to get rid of those. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. I'm going to zoom out just so we can see what we're dealing with. There's quite a lot of them there. Okay, so what we want to do is get rid of them. You can either go crazy on this minus button here until they all disappear. That should have done the trick for the most part. For some reason, I don't know why, this guy just won't go away. So if you want to get rid of singular transient markers, you can just double click on them. Another option is to go into the eraser tool. So if I was to put a few back in, I can get to the eraser tool and just get rid of it like that. Just quite a nice, efficient way of doing it. Great. So what those transients were that it was detecting were any kind of peaks, any dynamic peaks in the waveform. But unfortunately, with this audio file, we haven't got stems, so all of the sound information, including the music, is in one place. So these transients that they were detecting weren't necessarily the downbeat of the bar of the music. All right, so what we want to do is we want to find the downbeat, all right, of this piece of music, this cue. So I'm going to pop that in very quick. Let's get my pencil tool ready, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Whoop. See, we will make mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get the idea. Okay, so once you have done all of that, we will move on to the next step. Okay, guys?